The COVID-19 pandemic has been one of the greatest threats that this state has faced due to the dual threat to our health and, of course, our economy. As of 8 p.m. last night, there have been 3,106 confirmed cases of COVID-19 in recent months in New South Wales alone, of which tragically 50 people have lost their lives, unfortunately. It must be said that the worst fears that we all had here in this place in March were not actually realised, however, and this is due to the willingness of the community to follow the health advice, modify their behaviour and take a role in limiting the spread of the disease. And we have all seen the alternate reality of what this virus could have meant for us when we look to the various examples overseas, which particularly in countries like the United States, the UK, China, Italy, Spain and many others. Here in New South Wales, we have had just 15 new cases in the past week alone, which have all been from overseas arrivals. And this indicates that the community spread of the disease appears to have been well contained. This is in no small part due to the extensive testing levels that we were able to achieve, among the highest, if not the highest, in the world. And I want to thank all those people who have done what they can to get to this point that we are now at, including, of course, our medical professionals, police, many businesses and the public. Health professionals ramped up capacity in our system to respond to the worst case scenario with additional intensive care beds, equipment and additional personal protective equipment and of course a huge testing capacity that we have here in New South Wales. The police were given the responsibility to enforce the public health orders that limited gatherings in response to health advice on physical distancing. Businesses responded by changing the way that they operate their businesses, and in many cases, Mr Deputy President, businesses which had never had to rely or rarely relied on having employees work from home had to change their practices and worked hard to enable that their workforce could actually work from home throughout this crisis. And of course, Australians responded by staying at home and eliminating or limiting their interactions with people outside of their own household. People had to postpone their weddings that they had in planning in cases for more than a year. Parties were cancelled, of course. Usual activities like holidays, beauty treatments, sport and social outings were also cancelled without much pushback from people in public. It is clear that from the start, both our Prime Minister and our Premier have had their eyes on, of course, the health of the public, but also the economic crisis. And restrictions have begun to be eased and will continue to be eased over the coming months so that we can aim to return to normality. However, the impact from the virus and restrictions have had a huge impact on businesses, of course, Mr Deputy President, and it's great to see that the government was supporting business and the public in general with a total of $9.4 billion in financial support throughout this crisis. This week it was great to see an announcement of a cut-off date for small business support grants that had been extended until the 30th of June. And the $10,000 grant is all about keeping people in jobs and businesses in business as we pivot from a health response to an economic recovery. The government is providing more than $420 million alone in financial relief by reducing insurance premiums for businesses hit hard by the COVID-19 pandemic and maintaining current premium levels. We have also cut payroll taxes and waived payroll tax for businesses with payrolls of up to $10 million for the last 3 months of the financial year and brought forward the planned threshold increase to $1 million that was due in 2021. This move will save businesses $450 million in New South Wales in payroll tax alone, along with additional administration savings. In addition, the Treasury has supported the immediate payment of all current suppliers in advance of the contracted payment terms as part of its faster payment scheme, releasing $750 million into the economy earlier than would otherwise have, which has benefited a range of small to medium businesses such as catering and cleaning companies, medical supply companies, local regional suppliers and community service groups, to name just a few of many. Paying suppliers and contractors as quickly as possible means money flows through to businesses, allowing them to hold on to their staff. I could go on for some time on what measures were taken throughout the COVID-19 crisis to assist small businesses, but as time is running short, I just want to encourage any small businesses to visit the Service New South Wales website and get in touch with the Business Concierge, a service that's been set up to guide businesses through changes to regulation as a result of COVID-19 and the assistance available to small businesses. And I want to thank everyone in New South Wales for playing their part, small and large, as it got us all through. Thank you.
How much better it is when we're all quiet.